for this one. And welcome back to Whiskey Buds. I'm Kurt.
I'm Billy.
And we're continuing Billy's 100 whiskey journey after we've now had 100 episodes in.
So it must be getting close.
Yes, we're getting very close. We'll have to figure out which one we're going to crack open. I figure we're going to try to crack open a nice bottle. You know, either one of the nicest ones I have or something like that, I think.
I'll probably like that one the best.
Yeah. You'll be like, oh, son of a gun. I'll be like, well, yeah, if you want to.
Good luck ever getting that again.
Yeah. Are you kidding? I mean, do you know how many whiskeys we've tried on this show that it's like good luck trying to get that ever again?
Oh, really?
Yeah. We've had a lot that's one, you know, we did our comparison of the two Blanton bottles. You know, and I know several people who can't even get a hold of a bottle, let alone two to compare side by side. I mean, I know a lot of the whiskey shows do, hence why we're doing it. But that Weller that we had on here, same thing, right? But then think about like that limited edition Feisty Spirits that we did. You know, like you'll never touch that bottle again. And then
that one was actually pretty good, right?
Yeah. Episode 100 with Coyote 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I don't, to the best of my knowledge, I mean, I've never seen it anywhere but up in South Dakota. So chances are, unless you're local, you're probably never going to touch that stuff.
Well, this is starting to turn into a big downer episode.
Right? Anyway, something that I think is going to be a little easier to get. Maybe.
What?
Anyway, you said
An
something.
empty glass?
Yeah. Actually, that's going to be real easy to get. You said something last week when we were drinking that Tullamore Dew. And you're like, this is not a whiskey that I could picture a cowboy walking into a saloon and saying, yeah, give me a whiskey.
Yeah.
So
I'm guessing
there was a
this
dude.
is the saloon whiskey.
There was a dude who I don't remember his name, who lived in New York, and he was an artist. He decided, you know what, I don't want to live in the East Coast. I want to go out west. And so he went to Colorado Springs specifically, right? Started a distillery. And he wanted to create the whiskey he imagined the cowboy ordering at the bar. Like he watched these Western movies, and he sees them ordering whiskey, and he wanted to recreate that whiskey. And after you said that last week, we had to rearrange some of the
I figures
the
you'd
whiskeys.
have a whiskey just for that.
So, I mean, you can't tell me that doesn't look like it belongs in a saloon, other than all the stickers for the awards.
291 single barrel Colorado.
Yeah. Distillery 291.
Rye whiskey.
Yeah.
Hand distilled and bottled by Distillery 291. Aspen stave finished.
Yeah.
Distilled from a rye malt mash. 101.7 proof. Oh, look at all these stickers it's got.
Yeah, for all the awards
World
and everything
Whiskies
else.
Award, San Francisco World Spirits Competition, Gold, World's Best Rye. They just stuck those on there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know. How do you even get into this thing?
I don't know. I thought we'd let you test your IQ, not embarrass me.
What do you just untwist it?
Yeah. There you are.
Oh, and it spreads out. Whoa! Oh, what a simple but elegant engineering.
All right.
That was pretty neat, I have to say.
All right. So the cork is actually not like. It looks like it's like but
Oh, I get stuck in there good?
yeah, but it's actually just built that way.
Uh-huh.
It's cool presentation, and they hold it in place with that. Like, that's great. Now we went to the distillery.
The nice full bottle of glug.
Yes. And we tried all of them.
Who, you and your wife?
Isabella, yep. Now, after trying them, we decided I wanted to buy some. And I know we had that White Dog, you know, the Coyote 100 there, which is like a White Dog mash. It's a unaged. And that's the only other unaged whiskey that I've ever tried that I liked other than these guys. And I did try their unaged rye malt, like what they make this with, before they age it. And it was the best I'd had. Probably still is, but I'd have to compare it now to that Coyote because I actually enjoyed that one quite a bit. So they age these in they're oak casks, but they only use, I believe, the 10-gallon casks. They use the smaller casks. Normally, they're 53-gallon casks, right? Like when you see
53, huh?
Yeah.
Seems like a weird number.
Yeah, like so you go see those oak barrel planters,
Yeah.
things like that. If that was a full oak barrel, that'd be 53 gallons. And they use smaller ones. Now, the reason you use a smaller one is the wood impact becomes more prominent. The smaller the barrel is, because you have more wood and less whiskey. Right. So it impacts it faster, but you don't get the same aging result, and that could be a good thing, or might not be. And then, so they are allowed to age. I think this is only aged for about a year. And
it's pretty dark.
Yeah. No, that's that smaller barrel. So that's the thing. Like when you age them with the smaller barrels, like they get darker faster because they're interacting more.
Well, it's probably because you can't carry a 53-gallon barrel on your horse, right?
Yeah, that's actually I think, no. Could you? You probably couldn't. Could you?
I don't know.
And they used to, back in the days with saloons, that's what they used to do, is they would buy a barrel, and then when you would get your whiskey, it would be out of a barrel.
Delivered on a horse, huh?
Yeah, that's one of the old foresters' claim to fame, is that they're the first bottled whiskey. They're the first ones to actually bottle their whiskey. So, because if you have it in a barrel, you go to the bar and you're like, yeah, I want that one. You might go to that bar for a month, and by the end of that month, the barrel has aged the whiskey more. And so you're getting a different whiskey out of it, even though it's the same whiskey, but it's going to taste slightly different.
Huh. That's
because it's aged longer.
Yeah.
And so when you bottle it, it preserves the flavor in that state that you wanted it in.
Good point.
And then Aspen Stave Finish, what they do is they take aspen, right? Because it's from a local area. And they'll char it and they'll put staves of it inside the whiskey barrel so that it imparts a little extra flavor, kind of like finishing in like wine casks.
Oh.
So
this should be pretty flavorful and strong.
Yes.
Right.
If it's anything like I remember it, it's gonna jump up and say hi.
Okay, it smells flavorful.
Yeah.
Almost smells like a little apple in there.
Little apple.
Like a really naughty apple juice.
All right, I'm not getting that. I'm getting a hint of like a little sourness.
Are you getting sweet?
No.
Sweetness? No sweetness?
No. No, not out of this one.
I am. Is this a dirty glass? Do you have to serve this in a dirty glass?
Well, it is an old Western saloon. I made sure to, spit polish your glass before we started.
Take a big old drink of apple juice and then clean this, did you?
Yeah. I wiped it out with a dirty rag. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can smell the spicy a little bit in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
How
getting
do you
that.
smell sweet?
Sweet? I'm getting sour.
Sour? How do you smell sour?
I don't know. It's not like a lemon sour or citrus or anything, but it's like a sour.
Right.
I don't know. Like
Well, let's hear
sour, but not like any of the sour that everybody knows. Like, I don't know.
Just the sour you made up.
Yes. It's imaginary, but that's what it smells like.
Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah. It stands up and says hi.
Oh boy. Do you taste any sour in there?
No.
No, me neither.
I don't taste any sweet, though, either.
Yeah, it's sweet. They're sweet.
They're sweet. Holy. I don't know, man.
Yeah. It almost like reminds me of beer.
Almost like beer, huh? I'm getting a very heavy, like, rye spice out of it. Like, I'm getting that... Oh.
No, like, what was that? Is it High West or
Yeah?
that rye they had?
Yeah, which one?
I don't know. There was one of those, though, that was rye, and it's like a really spicy.
Yeah, maybe the Rendezvous rye was.
Well, see, I feel like a lot of the ryes I tasted earlier on were pretty spicy.
Yeah, Bullet rye.
Yeah.
We had the Rendezvous rye.
But this isn't like that. I gotta
No?
taste this again because this is a wild one. Man. All right, so I'm tasting like a little bit of sweetness, like apple,
Okay.
like a little bit of apple juice with some flat beer and some rye whiskey.
All right.
That's what I'm getting out of this, and it's surprisingly good.
You're like, those aren't supposed to go together, but somehow in this combination, it tastes good.
Well, at first when it hits my tongue, it's the sweetness. Like I don't know, it doesn't taste like an apple. Maybe like a Red Delicious that's not quite ripe yet. You know, like it's sweet but not overly sweet. And then let's see what happens out of that.
No sweet. Like, where's the sweetness coming from?
Man, I'm getting the sweetness.
I'm getting a really pungent like spice, not like spicy, like hot spicy, but spice, like that rice spice, and it's very strong.
Okay, I'm getting the sweet first, and then I'm getting the rye.
And then as it mellows out, it kind of softens up, but it's still prominent.
And then as it mellows out in the aftertaste, I kind of get the beer, beer kind of.
I might be able to catch a small hint of that on the tail end if I'm looking for it.
But it's a really good flavor.
Mm-hmm. Is that more reminiscent of what you would imagine that Cowboy's going to come in and say, give me a whiskey, and that's what he's going to be drinking?
Oh yeah, Cowboy drink this all day long.
Yeah.
I can see why the West turned out like it did. This is surprisingly good.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Because I don't really when I see rye whiskey, I'm like, no thanks, I'll pass because I haven't enjoyed a whole lot of them. But this is not good. I can't believe you don't taste the sweetness on it.
I can't believe you taste sweetness in that, like over the flavor of the spice. Like,
is it sour to you at all now?
No.
So
I smelled that.
It was imaginary.
It's my imaginary sour flavor, like sour scent, because there was no flavor of sour in it. I don't know, maybe. I just like...
Okay, well, the more I drink, the less the sweetness is
prominent or
prominent.
shows.
Like it was there. That was like the first thing I got, and
Wow.
I smelled a little bit of it
Okay.
in it. So
You said it, right? Apple
I think it was there.
or something close to it.
Yeah, some little like mellow fruit sweetness in there at first hit, and then then the alcohol and the rye hit you,
Yeah.
and then that little bit of a beer aftertaste. It's good. I like it.
It is. It is actually really good. That's why we bought it, actually.
Makes me want to go shooting,
Take the guns out.
buy a horse. What if horses like it? What do you think?
John Wayne's horse would like it, right?
Don't they have a song, Beer for my horse or something?
Yeah. And whiskey for my men and beer for my horses. Toby Keith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, that might be why it's got a little bit of that beer. Yeah, horse got into it.
That's it, right? And a little bit of the slobber.
Horse drank a bunch of beer and is like...
Took a sip of the whiskey, said no, but he left some residue behind. And
Great. So it's apple, rye, flat beer, and horse spit.
yeah. That's probably why it tastes so
We
good.
nailed it.
That's what brings it all together.
That's right.
It must be that sour note I was tasting
There you go.
or smelling.
No other reviewers are going to pick that out.
Yeah. You got to come to us for the real download. They'll be too nice to it. No, if you're anywhere in Colorado, these guys, are popular enough there to be pretty much most places, I believe. Outside of Colorado, I'm not sure. So good luck finding it. It'll be easy enough in our area, I guess. We just have to travel a little ways.
All right.
So, yeah, get you a bottle if you can, if you like rye. If you don't like rye, try it now. Maybe you will, much like Billy. All we do is just give him more and more rye, and he's just enjoying it more and more.
Well, you're giving me better and better rye, apparently.
That's what he says. Okay. Join us next week, everybody. Cheers, and we'll figure out what we're drinking then.